There are those priceless moments that seem to be out of this world. Sometimes they seem to be out-of-body experiences, and we have to pinch ourselves and be like, did that really happen? Thanks to the age of cameras, we're always fast enough to get our cameras and save the memory for the rest of the world to see. Here are viral moments that are quite amazing, from a man who flies with geese to an octopus which gives the world a great performance. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe and click the notification bell for more amazing content. Let's begin. Number 12. The Birdman. 58-year-old French meteorologist named Christian Mouillet, who also goes by another wacky name, the Birdman, is an avian enthusiast who made his dreams come true by adapting a two-seater ultralight aircraft in order to soar through the sky alongside his favourite bird, the lesser white-fronted goose. After learning that these beautiful birds were struggling with their migration from Germany to Sweden, Christian dedicated his life to building a craft that would allow him to fly with the geese and guide them on their journey. This is quite the unusual vocation, where Christian said it was an overwhelming spiritual experience. He said, "The most beautiful thing is to fly in the heavens with the angels that are the birds. My wife was on board with me, and she was 5 months pregnant expecting our first son. The trip lasted 5 weeks. This was one heck of a family vacation. It's more than a hobby. Between March and October, Mouillet takes tourists up to fly with the birds." Whoa, how awesome is that? Number 11. The catch of a lifetime. When Dutch punk rock band John Coffey took to the beer stage at the Pink Pop Festival in the Netherlands, little did they know that they were about to go viral. The small band hit the big stage literally when their frontman David pulled off a super impressive stunt. We've all heard of crowd surfing before, no? Not to worry, this scene will explain it clearly. So, David was singing a track off their new album, The Great News, when he decided to step into a crowd of about 8,000 people as they held him up by his feet. This was quite the daring move, but during the rock and roll stroll through the crowd, an audience member threw at him a pint of beer, which he caught with ease and down the whole of it, tossing the empty cup over his shoulder, and the crowd went wild. His bandmates didn't even see it happen until the footage was replayed to them later. David, for sure, stays in shape. Sadly, the band has now split after 6 years of intense touring. Luckily, though, they will live on forever thanks to their awesome music and the insane moment. Number 10. A Battle Royale. If you've ever used public transport, you'd know it's annoying, unreliable, uncomfortable, crowded and stressful. It's the combination of these factors that led to a one-of-a-kind showdown in Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. In a display of passive aggression, 2 commuters had a 4-minute struggle over a bus window. On the blue corner, one gent wanted some breeze and is trying to open the bus window. In the red corner, another lady seated would rather not have the fresh air and slams it shut. The 2 opponents shot and closed the window for quite some time, and as their silent duel went on, the rest of the passengers must have enjoyed the small show. What would you have done if you were either of the opponents? Number 9. Octopus escapes jar. The octopus is one of those animals that sends chills down our spines. It's not just about its tentacles, it's the way it moves and slithers. The beady eyes are so creepy. We would not want to meet an octopus while snorkeling. Nope. They're also very intelligent and are considered to be the most intellectual invertebrates around. It's been reported to be as smart as a golden retriever. This is quite impressive for a creature that looks like a giant blob. Now, these wits and the combination of intelligence have seen them get far in life. This amazing cephalopod was filmed in Enoshima Aquarium in Japan, unscrewing a jar lid from the inside. If you try to trap an octopus in a jar, it will escape. That's now a proven fact. The octopus uses its strong suckers to slowly unscrew the lid in a very alarming video. This is not just a one-off event. In New Zealand, at an education centre in Wellington, the octopus unscrewed a jar in under a minute, 54 seconds to be precise. That said, it means that having them in aquariums is a disaster waiting to happen when they figure out how to set themselves free. Number 8. Rattlesnake in the surf. From octopuses escaping their enclosed spaces to even more terrifying reptiles surfing the open seas, the world's full of terrifying wonder. This was a moment when a giant rattlesnake was caught swimming out of a North Carolina beach near the northeast end of an island. We know what you're thinking. Rattlesnakes don't swim. They belong in the desert and the forest. That's where you're wrong. Rattlesnakes can actually survive in a number of habitats, and this one dreamed of living its life on a beautiful beach, which is alarming news for sunbathers who don't expect to share the sun dunes with 6-foot snakes. Experts say that the way its head was raised and the angling of the mouth, it was seeking prey. We hope it was not of the human kind. Forget sharks, there's a new villain in town. Number 7. A hero without a cape. Meet the dog with a heart of gold that made both the dog and the video go viral. So what did this dog do exactly? It tried to rescue a fish. All this was shot on a cell phone in Thailand. The dog was splashing water onto the fish that had been washed up on land. For 45 minutes, the dog nudged the water toward the fish. The dog even touched its gills to see if the fish was still alive. This cute moment had many people talking. The naysayers, however, felt there was something more than met the eye in that moment. Some were even suggesting that the dog was actually trying to bury the fish with water. Burying is something dogs do, either to keep something from harm or for future consumption. That's why you'll see them burying bones in the garden. It's highly unlikely that a dog understands that a fish needs water to breathe, but all the conspiracy theories aside, this adorable clip is still the sweetest. Number 6. Beach ball goal. When Darren Bent, a footballer from Sunderland in the UK, scored a goal, he was just doing what he does best. He didn't expect the moment to become so controversial. The goal was remarkable for all the wrong reasons. When the shot bounced off a red Liverpool FC beach ball, causing Liverpool goalkeeper to reach out and save the wrong ball in confusion. We bet you the fans weren't pleased with that specific move, and in an infuriating decision, the referee Mike Jones incorrectly awarded the goal, even though according to FIFA's rulebook, it stated that the ref should suspend or abandon a match in the event of outside interference. That aside, how did a beach ball end up in a football field? A new Liverpool player, 16-year-old Callum Campbell, had booted the beach ball into his own team's goal while messing around on the pitch before kick-off. It's a shock that nobody noticed the red ball and removed it from the pitch before the game started. Campbell was so shaky, he says when he went home he threw up. Poor guy. Let's face it, it's not really his fault that the craziest goal of all times took place. Number 5. Parrots that play basketball. When you hear of parrots that play basketball, what comes to mind is these athletic birds that are trying to make it to the NBA. Congo African grey parrots Bao and Yonder and Solomon Island parrots Hannah and Gustav faced off in an extremely unusual basketball match. We then got to know that birds are smart after all. They can mimic language and even talk. What we didn't know is that they can play b-ball on a homemade court in Venezuela. These parrots were trained to shoot hoops by receiving a treat from their owner for every score they made. To believe this, you have to see it for yourself. If anyone were to tell you such a tale, you'd fall off your chair in disbelief. So, what will we see next? Hamsters playing ice hockey? Number 4. Frenchie vs. bear cubs. If I told you that this smallish French bulldog can get rid of a gang of bears, would you believe me?
No, 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 no!
This canine can be quite small in stature, but when it gets down to business, it's pretty deadly. It deserves a medal for bravery from its owner David Hernandez, who had just about had it with a troop of bears who made it to his house, often trying to get scraps of food. One day when these cubs came by, Jules the bulldog decided he was going to show them. He chased them down, barking with vigor despite the fact that they dwarfed him in size. Dogs are truly a man's best friend. Just check out Jules getting into a contest with one of the cubs and proving what a great guard dog he is. Number 3. Salmon swim across the street. This is unbelievable, right? It's common knowledge that salmon can swim. What is new, however, is that there's a great salmon run. It's not that the fish grow legs and sprint around the country. There's usually a period when salmon mass migrate towards their spawning grounds. During this annual run, the salmon don't like anything coming in their way. They'll leap over bridges and waterfalls swimming upstream. One incident, however, stands out at the Squamish River in Washington after it had flooded and a score of salmon could be seen crossing the highway in a mad rush towards the spawning area. The flooded highway was a superb opportunity to take a shortcut. This is a usual event given the high precipitation and rainfall in the area, and the flooded salmon crossings are more likely than you'd think. Unfortunately, salmon crossing the road are usually likely to be hit by a car. Experts think that the species breeding is still on a high, and this would not really affect their survival. The survival instinct of the salmon is also something to boot. After crossing into the ocean, they will one day retrace their footsteps to the place they were born. Number 2. Crocodile ride. You think you've seen some strange things until you see one stranger thing. Somewhere in India, this man was able to tie the crocodile on a bike. How? We don't know. And to have the audacity to sit on the crocodile, this man has got guts. We have no idea how long this bike ride lasted, but it can't have been very comfortable. When the video went viral on social media, there was an uproar as this being a case of animal cruelty. Look at how the poor crocodile's tail is dangling on the road. What do you think? Is this man insane or what? Number 1. Horse survives alligator. In this video that went viral, a huge horse decided to take on a fierce alligator stomping on the reptile's scary torso. The clueless horse had no idea what kind of drama he had started. Of course, a hoof to the back is enough to outrage the alligator, which in turn lashes in retaliation. This is one showdown we never thought we'd see. Stranger things have happened though, not all have been caught on camera. This animal feud was filmed in Florida, a US state that's known for its angry alligator population. Even the local people had not seen the fury of the alligator like this before. The incident took place at Payne's Prairie and was filmed by Crystal Berry, who was shocked by the bizarre battle. Any long tales about these awesome events would be unbelievable. It's a good thing that they were recorded on camera. What magical moment or scary moment would you rate 10 out of 10? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.